My name is Natalie. I live in Avon with my husband, Doug, and my 2 children, Savannah and Austin. We decided to get a camper, and we thought it was a good age for our kids, and we love it. We spend a lot of time together as a family. I'm an occupational health nurse for Indianapolis Power and Light. One of the things I do at IPL is some wellness and some prevention things, and one of those things was the mammograms, and we offer those to our employees every year. I was turning 40 soon enough that I wanted to really promote and walk the walk, and that's what got me started into my journey.
Natalie and I started when I saw her for her annual exam. Just right away, I felt a bond with her.
When she said, I actually feel a lump, I didn't really think a lot about it because I knew my mom had had lumps that were benign, and so it was kind of an expected thing. And I went home and my nurse brain turned on and I started really thinking, and the next day I decided I really wanted to go as quick as possible. So I went for my diagnostic mammogram a couple of days after I had seen Megan. They knew they saw a lump, so they knew they were going to do an ultrasound. I asked if my husband could come in the room, and when Dr. Flood came in, he actually told me, I'm really sorry, but I think that this is cancer. He did reassure me that he had to do some full testing and that he couldn't be 100% sure. In my mind, that was the first time I'd heard that C word.
I met Natalie, her husband, the day after her cancer diagnosis, and his first question is, what do I need to do? How much time do I need to take off? He was really ready to get on the front lines of fighting the fight with her.
It was invasive ductal carcinoma, which is the most common type of breast cancer, but hers had spread to the surrounding tissue.
The type of breast cancer that she had was a type that's particularly responsive to chemotherapy. So she did 6 months of chemotherapy, and we proceeded with surgery a month after she completed chemotherapy. She clearly is a person who draws people in.
Every time I see her, she always has the most beautiful, bright, wide smile.
She threw her 40th birthday during her chemo infusion, and the place was packed.
We had a big crowd there, balloons, and we had a party that day.
She did remarkably well. She had a bilateral mastectomy. We checked her lymph nodes at the same time. There were minimal cells of cancer left in the breast.
She was able to calm my fears, telling me to remember 2 words. This is curable, treatable, and curable. Treatable and curable.
She's completed the majority of the more aggressive treatment, and she's done so well. I think at this point, it's going to be smooth sailing.
She wanted to pursue an aggressive course and get ahead of her disease. And as part of that, she wanted to have a breast reconstruction and get back to her normal life.
I knew that I wanted to do a double mastectomy with the reconstruction. Once I met with Dr. Scott, I knew that was who I was supposed to be with. She explained everything. She let me ask her as many questions as I needed to.
We kind of worked through her plan, gave her the details, answered questions so that we both knew that we were on the same page.
I decided to start blogging because a friend of mine knew I had gotten diagnosed and sent me a message, and I also thought about my kids. I wanted to keep a record for my kids.
She took it upon herself to undergo screening as a role model for other women and has been able to model for other women out in the community.
If someone here in Hendricks County or locally asked me where I should go, you have the best in your backyard. Don't go anywhere else. I could walk in there today and they know me, they care about me personally, they know my family.
Cancer came at Natalie, and she put it back in its place.
Every woman has a story. My cancer diagnosis was simply the beginning of a new story with many blessings.
Schedule your 3D mammogram at hendricks.org/mammogram.